Welcome back to the Tracing Your Roots podcast. Today we are here with...
I'm Ellie, I'm the producer.
And I'm Ollie, I'm the editor, and I'm also helping be a camera operator.
And I'm James, the director. So, both of you, what inspired you to get involved with this project?
Well, I met Hannah before projects were submitted, ideas were submitted, and we got along really well, and I just thought it would be great to work with her, and I really wanted to produce. So I messaged her when the films came out, everyone's ideas came out, and I said to her, I'd love to produce for you, because documentary is something that I only produced once. Every other time it's been a drama, and I wanted to dip my toe into something new, see if I enjoyed it, and so far so good. But I wanted to try something new, and I wanted to produce, and because me and Hannah got off on such a good fit, we got along really well, I thought it would be really nice to work with her.
Yeah, and similarly, I've never done a documentary before. I've done a little bit of documentary commercial work, but never a proper inspiring, intimate documentary. And I really wanted to work on a documentary this year rather than a drama. And I really wanted to edit as well, because I think editing, you really bring a project to life. You know, I really wanted to help craft this story of the people we're going to follow and really bring them to the screens in an intimate and inspiring way.
So before you got on board with this project, how much did you know about the adoption service and how the process works with Family Futures or...?
Almost nothing. I hadn't heard of Family Futures before I started working with Hannah. I knew probably as much as everyone does about adoption, not a lot. You know, the basic kind of how it works, what happens, but I didn't know anything in detail really. So not only am I working on a film I'm really happy to be working on, I'm learning stuff every day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're learning so much. I didn't know about Family Futures until we started this, but I'd always been quite interested in adoption, but I never really read about it. But as someone who potentially wants to adopt myself when I'm older, I think this is not only a great learning experience, but a chance to really get a feel for the different stories and treatments and ways that people are helped through this journey. So to me, it's really interesting in that sense.
So Ellie, tell us a bit about, you said you worked on the documentary before.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about the other work that you've done before.
Yeah, so my first project in first year was a documentary, and that's the one I produced on. I just took a plunge into producing, didn't know if I was going to enjoy it, but I did. Then I've directed one film, and it's just really not my thing.
Yeah.
I've done 3.5 dramas, because our last one couldn't get made because of coronavirus, but we had started all the pre-production for it, and 2 documentaries. They're all uni projects, and I've really enjoyed all of them. I've taken on different roles in all of them, and it's really cool to see how different roles work in each production, because it's very different. Producing a documentary and producing a drama are very different things.
Definitely. Yeah. So Ollie, tell us a bit about your experience with sort of editing and...
Well, yeah, I mean, I've made about 5 different short films and a whole bunch of commercial work, and all them projects I've edited, but I've also done all sorts of other roles like producing, directing. And so for me on this project, it's good to sort of step back and work more collaboratively, and to be just like an editor and camera operator and really focus my efforts on there. And with a documentary as well, I think it's really good to have a team rather than it be all a one-person effort, because it means we're going to be really sensitive to all the different perspectives we're capturing. We're not going to have any personal bias, and we're all going to be working together. And as Ellie mentioned about COVID interrupting her film last year, I think a good thing about this documentary is the fact that we're going to be able to see how this organisation operates during coronavirus. It'll be a very unique setting for it. Whereas with a drama, you probably won't be set in a coronavirus world. Yeah. So I think it gives it a much more unique, sort of an exciting and interesting sort of feel to it. We're going to be really taking an intimate look at something that will be completely different in a year or two, hopefully.
Yeah, I feel like this is something that we will never get to experience again. While we're unlucky in the sense that this is happening, we're also really lucky because this is going to shape how we make films. Nothing will be the same after this.
Absolutely. No, definitely, It'll be interesting to learn, especially from Family Futures, because obviously things are changing every day, and since they're in London, it'll be interesting to see how they're adapting such short notice with all this and
4
stuff.
or 5 days notice before things change.
I mean, it's an exciting challenge for us because we've got to constantly be on the ball, constantly be planning ahead. It's going to make us better filmmakers, and it's going to ultimately, I think, make a better documentary.
I agree.
Yeah, this will definitely like make the documentary a lot better because we'll get an understanding of how they'll cope and stuff. So, what are you excited about this film? What makes you excited about working on this project?
I think for me, as I said, a documentary, it's not something I've done before, but to really get out there in the real world and see some real stories, because I'm always making my own stories, but I think there's something more powerful about seeing stories that have already been written themselves and are continuing to be written as people go through this world. And I think being able to not only teach ourselves about things that we don't know about, but also be able to show our audiences like this whole side of things. And it's covered in film and TV, but less so, and often it's done in somewhat of a cliche way, not all the time. I mean, there's a lot of really good examples of work out there, but we really want to sort of explore this, if you will, unexplored kind of niche. Yeah,
I'm really excited to be, as Ollie said, looking at things, working on things I've never had an experience with before. So I feel like not only as a filmmaker, but as a person, it's going to really open my eyes to new things that I've never had to think about before. And I'm really excited. I love learning new things, and especially when it's so personal to someone on our team as well. I think that's really important that we pull it off, not only for Family Futures and every child and adult who's been adopted or adopted someone, but for Hannah as well, because this is obviously so personal to her and we want to make it work. I'm really excited to make a really good documentary. In simple terms, I'm just so excited to work together as a team, because we all work so well together. We really do bounce off one another, and I think that's really good. That's really important, working well as a team. I'm just really excited to get it done. Well, I'm really excited to experience it, not just get it done, but I'm really excited about it.
I think going back to sort of the whole COVID thing as well, again, it makes it even more sort of, not exciting, but like,
it's
helps.
Different, it's new.
Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, definitely.
And as Ellie said, I think it's really inspiring that we're working with Hannah and helping her bring this documentary. Like, she's wanted to make it for a while, and so the fact we are now able to do this for our final year film, we're really able to dedicate all our time and effort to it and really make sure it's the best documentary it can be. And as Ellie says, we all really gel well with each other, so far it's fantastic.
Yeah. So getting a bit about you guys. So Ollie, as you're editing, tell us a bit is there sort of any films like with a certain editing style that sort of inspires you and stuff?
Well, I think editing should always be unnoticed, and unless you're trying to go over the top. But I think when it's a very human topic and you're trying to show the real world, you want it to be unnoticed. And I think there's a lot of documentaries out there, and even films as well, which go for a sort of realist style that just really connect with you, because you don't even realise you're watching a film. And we wanted to make a documentary where it's almost like our audience is there with us. They're on an intimate journey with these people. So when I'm editing, that is definitely the sort of style I'm going to be going for. As a film student, I must admit it's hard to think of just one particular like editor, especially when it comes to like a niche like documentary. Well, not a niche, but a genre. It's all so different. No documentary is the same, and I think that is going to be sort of the ethos of this. We want it to be something that feels unique, but also feels very personal. And, makes you forget that you're watching something. Makes you just really go on a journey with these people. Yeah, definitely. Obviously, as well, editing a documentary compared to editing a drama is going to be very drastically different and stuff. So what inspires you, Ellie? What sort of inspired you to be a producer? I don't think I could put my finger on one thing. I dipped my toe into it in first year, found out I enjoyed it, and it kind of spiraled from there. There wasn't really an external source that made me think, I want to do that. Because no one really thinks about producing when they're watching a programme. You don't watch like Parks and Rec or The Office and go, love the producer of it. It's like, it doesn't really happen. You look at the camera work, you look at the director, but you don't really look at the producer. A lot of the time they're the same person occasionally. But I think it was just trial and error for me. I found something I loved and I just wanted to carry on doing it. Without the producer, we'd have nothing. I am the backbone. No one knows it yet, but I will be. Producer's a bit of an unsung hero at times, because they're the people holding this all together. But like you said, the director or the cameraman or the editor will always get sort of the credit, being like, and that's fine. I mean, we wouldn't even have this podcast studio today without the producer. So, thank you guys. Thank you for having us. Thank you very much. And we look forward to seeing you guys again. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.